Hey there, Valley Baptist Middle School. It's Pastor Luke here, and it is another top 5 countdown video that we're doing. Today, we are going to be looking at my top 5 video games of all time. So let's go ahead and check this out after the bumper. Well, as I said, we are going to be doing my top 5 video games of all time. And I asked my wonderful wife to come along and join me. And she could only name like 3 video games, and only because I had ever played them. So I had to find somebody else, but we're self-quarantined. So I got a self-proclaimed expert of video games. I'm very doubtful of this title, but we'll see how he does. I'm going to invite over Tyson, my oldest son. He is one of our middle schoolers as well. Come on in, Tyson. Go ahead and pick up your board that you have filled out. And we'll go ahead and get started on our top 5 list. So Tyson, since you're the guest, why don't we go ahead and start with you? What is your number 5?
Okay, so I've played this before, but I've just started playing it again.
Fortnite. Fortnite is his number 5 game. I thought that might be higher because you used to play it a lot, and then you kind of took a break from it, got bored of it. But Fortnite's a great game, and I really like it. So my number 5, SSX Tricky. Now you may be saying to yourself, especially some of you middle schoolers, I've never heard of that game, and that's okay. It is one of my favorite games all time. This is the game that introduced me and taught me how to use the thumbsticks or the joysticks on the controller, because before PlayStation came out and Xbox came out, we used to just have a touchpad and buttons, and that was it. And then we got into this whole new world, and I couldn't figure out how to use the joysticks. And so finally, in playing this game, my friend turned it on to me on the PS2, way back on PS2, and I learned how to use the joysticks by playing SSX Tricky. It's a game I still have, and I still have the next one, SSX 3, and I still play them to this day. Tyson, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Shadow of War.
Shadows of War, one of my favorite games. It might even be on my list. We'll just have to wait and see. But one of my favorite games of all time. So I think that's great. Anything you have to say about it? You just like it?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, it's good.
It goes well with the whole Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you love Lord of the Rings. So yeah, if you like Lord of the Rings, Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor, games you want to look into. All right, my number 4 is Call of Duty Black Ops, which has disappeared from my game cabinet. Do you know what happened to it?
No, I think the dog got it.
You think the dog's got it. Okay. I think he lost it. But I won't call out any names or anything. You know, I won't call you out for losing my game. But Call of Duty Black Ops, one of my favorite games, first-person shooter. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed the multiplayer function. Had a lot of fun with it. What's your number 3, Ty?
All right, my number 3 is Minecraft.
Minecraft is your third final game. It's an educational game. It's one that we've let you play since you were a wee little guy. And you still enjoy playing it. What are you doing now on Minecraft?
So I've started up a server. It's got a whole bunch of good kids. It's got some middle schoolers, and I would like to invite you to the server. Now, we'll put maybe my tab.
Yeah, we'll put a link or a description. We'll put a link in the description. Or if you want to join the server, just message us in the comments after the video, and we will message you with that information so that you can come and join his server if you'd like. So in the comments, just put, hey, Pastor Luke, Tyson, I want to join this server, and we'll send you that information as soon as we see that you sent the request. All right? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, my number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 for me is AC Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I've played all of the Assassin's Creed games, and the first few were good. I really loved the everything that was involved, but it got pretty redundant. And then we got to Black Flag, and while Black Flag had some of the same redundancy, the world was just more open. You had the ship that you had to build, you had your character that you had to build, and it was just overall a very entertaining game and one that I liked very much. Ty, back to you for number 2.
All right, my number 2 is Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2, Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars geek.
Star Wars geek. I like it. I like it. That's good stuff. Battlefront 2. I've only watched him play. I haven't had a chance to play it yet because I've been going to school. But I graduate in May, and so then maybe I'll be able to get back into some of these more modern games on his list rather than these old school games that I'm used to playing. But I know all you dads out there are sitting there championing my board because you know what real video games were like. All right, my number 2, right?
Yeah.
My number 2 is your number 4. Shadows of War and Shadows of Mordor. Again, I love this game. I love the gameplay. I love the open world. When I was playing the Assassin's Creed, I played all of them back to back to back to back all the way until we got to Black Flag. And I loved them, but I just go, man, I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more. And Shadows of War is everything that Assassin's Creed was not. Now, Assassin's Creed has gotten a lot better. Unity, I played Unity after Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War, and it's very close to these. But it was what I was looking for when I was playing Assassin's Creed, and I just love the story, and I love everything about it. So, yeah. So, before we get to your number 1, do you have an honorable mention that should have made your list but didn't?
Yeah, I stopped playing it for a while. It is Journey to the Savage Planet.
Journey to the Savage Planet. All right, I've seen you play. That looks pretty fun.
It's a fun
looks like
game.
a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's a fun game from the makers of Terraria. So,
Very nice. Very good. Good. My honorable mention would have to be Sonic the Hedgehog. First video game console I had was a Sega Genesis, and I had Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 2, and I played the daylights out of them. I loved them, and it's what started my love for video games. All right. So Tyson, what is your number 1?
This one I've been playing a lot lately, mostly for the open world and mechanics in it. It is really fun. It is Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. I've only watched you play this. It looks fun. Looks exciting. You've got a pretty cool looking ship on there. But I've never played it, so I can't speak to it, but that's okay. All right. Now for my number 1. And before we get to it, this is the game that I don't want to say changed my life, but this is the game that I loved playing the most. I've probably logged the most hours in this game of any game. And I will take any one of them that I can. If I get an opportunity to play them, I will play them. And that is the tried and true, the Xbox's game of games, better than any game on the face of the planet, Halo. The entire series. I love it all. After I played SSX Tricky, this was the first first-person shooter I ever started playing. They were huge with their multiplayer status or their multiplayer arenas. And I remember sitting in my college dorm room with 16 guys in one dorm room, 4 Xboxes linked together by Ethernet cables, and 4 TVs. We're all sitting back to back, playing all night long. Fights would break out over screen lookers. It was great. It was awesome. It was amazing. Something you'll never experience because now you can only play one-on-one. You never have 16 guys in a room playing a video game. So, any closing comments?
I did have another honorable mention, but I completely
No, you only get one honorable mention.
Okay, yeah, well, I completely forgot about it, so.
All right, good deal. Well, that's my top 5. This is Tyson's top 5, the so-called expert, self-proclaimed expert of video games. I'm just kidding. He enjoys playing. He does a lot of good things. Remember, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share it, get the bell on as we put out more and more of these videos. I hope you have a great day, and God bless. Have a good one.